What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here as someone that loves to predict fights. It's one of the main things on my channel is the prediction. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm completely wrong. And today I want to talk about the most unpickable UFC fighters, the guys that you just cannot predict them confidently. You can't put them in your parlay. You cannot predict their next move because they have no idea what they're doing either. Let's get into this, man. I feel like we can all relate to a lot of these guys. The first one I want to discuss, dude, GM3. I don't want to be a doomer, bro, but I'm feeling like the title run is over. I'm feeling like the GM3 title run is coming to an end before our very eyes. There was a point where I'm thinking, oh, I might be able to pick this guy against this dude. I might be able to pick him against this dude. You cannot pick fucking GM3 to win a fight. You can't do it. It doesn't matter how bad you're worried. Like, dude, I feel like he's going to fluke this. He's going to hit that fucking fraud check. Like, he's a Hall of Fame fraud checker. Masterful use of the cockroach methodology. Getting beat up for the first round, then locking up that sub in round 2 and 3. But I hate to be that guy, but it's like, this is the end. It's over. It's done. You know what I mean? I just feel like I can no longer fake hardcore myself into picking GM3. You kind of just have to pick against him and be wrong. Like that's kind of the move you have to take with a guy like GM3. And another guy that's very similar to that is my GOAT, Neil Magny. Now, I love Neil Magny. I'm a big fan of Neil Magny. There is fights where I've picked him. Okay, and he has these weird fucking abilities where I've considered picking him against guys like Carlos Prates and all this stuff, just because I know that Neil Magny, he has the ability to go out there and cockroach his way to a win over basically anybody. This guy has the most wins in welterweight history. Statistically, this guy's better than GSP. I mean, that's not an opinion, that's a fucking fact, right? But at the same time, he'll go out there and just get colded in like 30 seconds. He goes out there, he does it, and the thing I love about Neil Magny is like nothing has changed. This guy's been fighting in the UFC for fucking 25 years. He still is going out there getting chopped up with calf kicks. Still going out there, not getting the takedowns. Still going out there, flicking the jab, getting pieced up. And somehow, some way, he finds a path to victory when you don't pick him. And if you somehow fake hardcore yourself into picking him, like, dude, I'm feeling like Neil Magny's gonna win this. You look like a fucking idiot. So he is like the welterweight GM3 where it doesn't matter what theory you have. Because the thing that's so annoying about some of these fighters, right, is like, I'm not bad at predicting fights. You're just not doing what I fucking predicted you to do. Okay? You're not following the game plan that I've laid out for you in my prediction video. Denzel Freeman, I'm looking at you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I have theories of how these guys can win fights, and then they go out there and just don't do them. So it's not actually on me, guys. I'm actually not bad at predicting. It's just them not following the script that I've laid out for them in my prediction video. That's really what it comes down to. But it is frustrating because it's like, you can have this logical idea of like, well, if Neil Magny goes out there against this guy, he's going to be able to clinch him up, slow him down, and then sub him in round 3. And then he gets colded, and my comment section is filled with this guy genuinely picked Neil Magny. You see what I'm saying? So he is on the no pick list. He's on the no parlay list. He is on the unpickable list very easily. Let's move on to a very underrated guy in this conversation. You know, I do see the name of GM3 coming up in this convo. I do see the name of Neil Magny. We'll talk about Derek Lewis and some other guys later. This next guy, I don't really see him in these convos, and I feel like he's right there. Ion Cutelaba. What is this guy fucking doing? Because I don't know why he's staring at me like that, like I did something, but genuinely, am I wrong? Ion Cutelaba could beat or lose to anyone in the light heavyweight division. Am I wrong? I've seen this guy absolutely beat the brakes off like Khalil Roundtree. I've seen this guy go out there and be technical and smooth. And then in other fights, he goes out there like he's fucking Benoit Saint-Denis before the Poirier fight, just marauding at people, getting chinned. I do not understand this guy. Sometimes he has grappling, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he has a chin, sometimes he doesn't. He is just genuinely a fucking anomaly of the sport. Like I said, dude, I feel like he's fucking underrated in this convo, man. I feel like you never see the memes of like coin flip Cutelaba the way that you see him for like a Michael Johnson or a Neil Magny, even like Bobby Green, lads. Nobody talks about it, lads. He's another guy in the convo, lads. But I definitely feel like Cutelaba deserves his flowers. Or I guess, I don't know if they're flowers in this topic. But if you are ever considering like, oh, do I pick Cutelaba? Just don't take the risk, bro. Because even the Badalskis fight, he fights technical, he loses a split decision. This guy's just a fucking anomaly of the game. You're better to just leave Cutelaba out of your plans, out of your predictions, out of your fucking, parlay, whatever it is. Because like I said, his skill set, what is it? We don't know. It changes every fight. His physicality, his attributes, we don't know. It changes every fight. Yeah, just avoid that shit. Now let's move on to the reason I came up with this video. Okay, and I think you know who it is, dude. Derek Flukas. Derek Drewski Lewis, bro. What the fuck is this guy's problem, dude? He is genuinely the most frustrating UFC fighter. Actually, he might not be the most frustrating. There's some other guys, but he's up there. He's pound for pound most frustrating. And every time I pick Derek Lewis, I feel like a fucking idiot. Okay? And every time I pick against him, then he wants to lock in all of a sudden. Derek Lewis, I'm done picking this guy. I'd rather be wrong and be able to just call it a fluke than pick Derek Lewis, fake hardcore myself into going, no, you know what, dude? Derek Lewis is winning this. And then he goes out there slipping and sliding, pulling fucking bottom mount, like genuinely just pulling a bottom round TKO. Like, there's levels to this shit, bro. How do you even analyze what this guy's doing? Because it's one thing for Dricus du Plessis to pull bottom mount and then scramble out of there, and kind of you feel like that's a dumb move, but it worked out good for him. Derek Lewis just flops. He just flops back. I've never seen someone flop like fucking Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in the fucking UFC. This guy does it, dude. What am I supposed to do with myself? What am I supposed to do? I pick Derek Lewis. He goes out there. He gets colded by a fucking glancing jab. I pick against Derek Lewis. He gets pieced up and then he flukes a KO. And then people are like, oh, dude, this is an idiot. Seriously, dude, Derek Lewis is low-key elite, bro. This is what he does, bro. I'm fucking done with this guy, bro. I'm still not mad. I'm still not over this shit. I'm still mad about this shit. In case you're wondering, bro, UFC 324, I picked Derek Lewis against Waldo. And he's moving like that. Top 10 heavyweight. Trump's favorite fighter, supposedly. Dana White loves this guy. That's how he's moving. Are you fucking kidding me? If you came out and told me that Derek Lewis had money on Waldo Cortez Acosta, I would believe you. That's how bad that performance was. And it's so fucking annoying too, because his next fight, I'm going to be shitting all over him, and then he's going to win by KO. And the thing, and this is the last thing I'll say about Derek Lewis, because I'm just getting it all off my fucking chest here, and then I'm going to leave this guy alone. The thing about Derek Lewis that fucking pisses me off, when he has a good performance, it's not even a good performance. That's why it's so impossible to predict this fucking guy. You gotta understand this, dude. When Derek Lewis wins, he loses 99% of the fight, and then he lands a shot and KOs them, okay? I'm not a heavyweight. I don't understand what that's like, but clearly these other people fucking know Derek Lewis better than me. I'm absolutely done predicting this guy ever. I'm just gonna pick against him. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes, dude. We will see how it goes. Next one on my list, I don't think this guy is necessarily he just has no idea what he's doing. He's inconsistent. He is actually really consistent. He's just consistent with fucking low IQ moves. I'm putting Michael Chandler on here, dude. And I feel kind of bad for Mikey Chandler because people are clowning him for Dana White saying, oh, we haven't looked at the McGregor shit. I actually don't think that's Dana White denying the McGregor fight. I think, you want to see Dana White denying something. When they asked him about Masvidal McGregor, he was like, nah, that's goofy old shit. That's goofy shit. Michael Chandler, he just said, listen, we haven't built the card yet, but we love Michael Chandler. They love this dude. They're gonna keep giving him big fights. I have no doubt he'll be on the White House. I wouldn't be surprised if this news of Moicano Ortega being canceled, listen, dude, why did I pull out? I'm glad you fucking asked, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if that turns into Moicano versus Chandler. That is like a UFC, we want you in the top 10 because you're entertaining, but you don't beat anybody in the top 10. That's the ultimate matchup of that type of, ideology. I don't know what the fucking word is. But Michael Chandler, the thing is, it's not like he's trash, right? You cannot analyze this shit, what this guy's pulling off. It's not that he's bad, right? And when people predict fights of this dude, like when people were picking this dude to beat Paddy Pimblett, I'm sorry, but it's like, how can you genuinely say, oh, Michael Chandler's good at this, Michael Chandler's good at that, Michael Chandler's bad at this, Michael Chandler's bad at this, I think he'll be able to do this. This guy does not try to fucking win. He is not out there trying to win. Why the fuck would you ever pick Michael Chandler or bet money on Michael Chandler? When you know that this guy, as soon as the crowd makes any sort of noise, he's going to start clip farming and just getting tagged up and, you know, just walking it down. Like, literally, the thing about the reason I gave up on this guy, the moment I gave up on him was the Gaethje fight. Because I picked Gaethje to beat him, but I thought it would be a competitive back and forth good fight. And it was for 2 rounds. And then in the 3rd round, Michael Chandler, even though it's 1-1, and he could beat Gaethje, he was rocking Gaethje, he was doing well against him, he decides to, no exaggeration, no bullshit, walk at him with face blocks, just walking at him, getting tagged up, getting rocked. Like, that is the moment where Michael Chandler went from a serious top contender to an entertainer in the rankings. That's a fact. And I'm a fan of Michael Chandler. He's super entertaining. I'm never going to hate on his, like, you know, entertainment value or whatever. I feel like Michael Chandler gets a lot of hate for reasons outside of this, but it is frustrating as a fan to watch a UFC fighter that, even though, yes, he is past his prime, good wrestling, good chin, good cardio, when he decides to actually fight, big power, you know what I mean? Super explosive. We know he can wrestle. We know he can grapple. He just chooses not to try. It's so fucking annoying. So it's like, why the fuck would you ever pick this guy? Therefore, for me, he's on the no-fly list. We're absolutely never picking Michael Chandler. And it's so frustrating because it's like, there is guys I think he could beat. Like, I think him versus Moicano, he could win that, but I know he wouldn't. I know he would sell. It's like he decides mid-fight, like, this is where I'm going to fumble it right now. Like, he takes down Paddy Pimblett, and he's like, he can't just hold him. He has to jump on his back and faceplant the camera. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but Michael Chandler, you're cooked, buddy. All right, let's move on from someone. Now, these are big names. Derek Lewis, Michael Chandler. We all know that these guys are on the no-fly list, the no-pick list. This next guy, there used to be a big pusher, this dude, but now I think he has become one of these guys where it's like, it's not necessarily like he's selling or some shit like that. It's just like he's perfectly mid. Like, he's like a 65 overall. I feel like he could win a close decision against a lot of guys, but at the same time, he probably loses a close decision to a lot of guys. And it's just becoming very hard to predict how he's going to show up, what he's going to do. Rob Font, bro. Bold Rob Font is one of the most non-mythical fights, because the thing about Rob Font is, like I said, he beats Gene Matsumoto by split decision, and I think the judges got that right. I picked Rob Font to win that fight. And then he fights David Martinez, and he just, like, he's like okay, but not like elite, but not like trash. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's like ranked and he's decent, but he's not a guy where I'm like confident in anything that he's good at. Like, he has good takedown defense, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone just goes out there and takes him down. He has good boxing, but it's not like this crazy equalizer. Like, I could see, like, he got outboxed by fucking Martinez and got rocked and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, okay. And he's in a weird spot where he's gonna get big names and big matchups. And I feel like it's genuinely like, you're better off instead of trying to predict, well, Rob Font's gonna outbox him and defend his takedowns, because we have no fucking idea. You're probably better off just flipping a coin. And he's on the lower end of this, I will say that, because I do think he's going to beat Raul Rosas Jr. But again, I will not be shocked, and this is why he's here. I think he should beat Raul Rosas Jr., considering you beat Gene Matsumoto, who I think is a better prospect than Raul Rosas Jr., and physically more dangerous, and, you know, better cardio, better striking as well, right? Super close fight with Matsumoto, beats him based on damage. I would not be surprised if he loses to Raul Rosas Jr. somehow, even though I feel like he's going to win, because Raul Rosas Jr. is mainly just a grappler. And Rob Font has decent scrambling takedown defense. I would not be surprised if he somehow loses to Raul Rosas Jr. Like, I can just see him just getting backpacked, just sitting there, just doing nothing. Like, Rob Font, very inconsistent, very hard to predict. But he is on the lower end of the scale, dude. This next guy, I mean, he might be in the GOAT convo for this topic. I think it really is subjective. Like, if you have Derek Lewis as your GOAT of this, I understand that. If you have maybe Michael Chandler as the GOAT of this, I think he's lesser inconsistent and just more like he doesn't fucking try. I think this next guy might actually be the GOAT of the convo. Michael Johnson, dude. Michael Johnson is he is genuinely an anomaly of the sport, because I could see Michael Johnson KOing or beating guys that are ranked. And in the same breath, I would not be shocked if he got matched against fucking like Christos Giagos and lost or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does this guy just pick and choose when to be a 99 overall? He's on a 3-fight win streak. I've never been less confident in someone on a 3-fight win streak. But at the same time, picking against him, I'm constantly worried, like, bro, what if he just chins this guy? That is Michael Johnson. Like, I can't even explain Michael Johnson to a non-UFC fan. Like, how do you even explain this guy to somebody that doesn't watch UFC? It's like if there was a movie character, it's like, oh yeah, bro, he killed the main villain. Oh shit, so he's like really important now, but then a side character with 3 lines of dialogue killed him. Like, that is how Michael Johnson is moving every fucking month in the UFC. I do think he's the GOAT of this conversation of like, you cannot predict for him or against him. I think he has that going for him. Whereas you look at like Neil Magny, GM3, Derek Lewis, it's just more like if you pick them, you have a very high likelihood of being an idiot and being proven wrong, right? Like if you hit it, you're a genius, you're a fucking hardcore. You watch Ryzen and PFL, you know, you're 6'2", you know what I mean? You're a Giga Chad. But with Michael Johnson, I feel like it's just, you can't predict this guy. He is a force of nature. He's not like a Dan Ige type of gatekeeper where it's like, okay, this guy's good, he's going to beat Dan Ige. This guy's mid, okay, Dan Ige is going to beat him. It's like Michael Johnson could get matched up with Islam right now, and I'm going to be like, dude, I'm picking Islam, but I'm worried. You know what I mean? That's how this guy's moving. Same with if he's fighting fucking like, who's the bottom of the barrel? Like if he gets matched up with Anshul Jubilee, I'm thinking I'm picking Michael Johnson, but I could see him losing this somehow. That is the level of Michael Johnson. Big respects to the man. I had to include him in this video. I have 2 people left, and they are genuinely, I don't think it's a stretch to say, they are enemies of the channel. They are Rogues Gallery members of the channel. I may run into one of them soon, and I pray that he doesn't watch my shit. But I just have to be honest that these guys are unpredictable. They're unpickable. I will never pick them again. And I made the mistake of picking both of them very recently, and I looked like a fucking idiot because I should have stuck to my guns and just known I can't pick these dudes. Cheeto Vera, bro. Every time Cheeto Vera, I decide, you know what? No, this is the fight where he fucking locks in. It just doesn't happen. And I've usually been good of not picking him. You know, there's been fights where I've been like, dude, Cheeto Vera is getting destroyed in this fight. And you have this nervous feeling the whole fight of like, oh my God, what if he just throws up a front kick to the face? Right? He is one of those dudes. Not to the extent of like a Derek Lewis or a fucking, you know, Michael Johnson or whatever it is, but he does have that crazy fluky ability. I think he used a lot of his power on that first Sean O'Malley TKO. Because since then, every time I've thought, no, you know what, dude, Cheeto Vera wins this. Ayman Zahabo, great example. 38-year-old Ayman Zahabi doing this. I'm like, nah, Cheeto's going to catch this guy. Cheeto's going to get backed up. Zahabi doesn't have power. Cheeto's going to realize at some point, and he's not going to get wrestle fucked either. He's going to realize at some point and KO this guy. And it just doesn't happen. He lands a good shot, rocks him really badly, walks around. And then the thing that pisses me off with Cheeto Vera is like, it doesn't matter how many times I say this, people come out of the fucking woodworks glazing this guy because he has aura. I understand that Cheeto Vera looks cool. I get it, dude. I understand that every single fight, Cheeto Vera does something. Ayman Zahabi fight. He's walking him down, not throwing any shots. He breaks his finger. He puts it back in place. The only thing you see on Instagram is not, oh, Ayman Zahabi beat Cheeto Vera, blah, blah, blah. It's just an edit of like, Cheeto Vera is just a dog, bro. He puts his finger back in. Bro, Tom Aspinall's a bitch, bro. Cheeto Vera's a real savage. It's like every fucking time he pulls it off again. And they're back to aura farming for this guy, and he's going to get decisioned in his next fight by fucking David Martinez. I've played these games before. I cannot pick Cheeto Vera. As dangerous as he is, and the thing that's annoying is he's actually good. He has an iron fucking chin. Nobody's ever going to chin this guy. I know that for a fact. He has nasty jiu-jitsu. He has good elbows, knees, kicks, all this shit. Decent boxing. Just... that's it, dude. That's it, bro. I can't pick you. I'm sorry, man. I know that you have skills, but you just never fucking let him go in the fight, dude. It's so frustrating to watch as a Cheeto fan. And, you know, as someone that predicts the fights, if I ever get the feeling like, nah, Cheeto's going to win, I have to just go against it at this point because I've been let down too many times, all right, man? But there is one man that takes the cake. That honestly, Chito Vera, I have respect because he actually showed up and fought, right? He always comes to scrap. Even if he's losing, he's coming to scrap. And I respect Chito Vera, dude. This next guy, genuinely, I'm sick of this fucking dude. I'm done with him. Kevin Holland, bro. This dude genuinely thinks he's too fucking cool to try and win. That's it, dude. And then the Mike Malott fight. He spends the entire fight just coping with the nut shot. But at the same time, the ref is like, oh, are you able to continue? And he's like not answering. So he's trying to just farm excuses with the nut shots and all this shit. Every single time that I'm like, nah, dude, Kevin Holland's gonna beat this guy. They give him fucking D-Rod. Are you kidding me? You lose, bro. They give him Mike Malott. I'm sorry, but Mike Malott is like an industry planted fucking ranked welterweight. That's a fact. They want Mike Malott to be ranked. They obviously want a Canadian fucking fighter on top. That's not Jasmine Jasudavicius, even though she's goated. They want Mike Malott to be there. Dude, Kevin Holland, literally, what physically is stopping Kevin Holland from beating Mike Malott? What physically is stopping Kevin Holland from beating Daniel Rodriguez? Please tell me. This dude, he just reaches a certain win streak and then he's like, let me just tank all my fan appreciation. Let me just tank my fucking career for a year. Let me just lose 3 in a row, not trying and coping mid-fight and talking and pretending like I don't care about the fact that I'm losing to a guy that I should be able to beat. Because randomly, Kevin Holland will lock in and be like, oh my God, this guy's going to be ranked. Oh my God, this guy's going on a run. It's impossible to predict this dude. It's not even in a funny way like fucking Michael Johnson or Neil Magny or some shit. It's just disappointing because I feel like Kevin Holland is better than both of those guys. Like I feel like he has, I guess the way I want to word it is, I don't think he's like miles better than them or whatever it is, but I think he has the potential to be way better than both of those guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you disagree with me. I feel like Kevin Holland has the potential, or maybe had the potential, to be a top 10 serious welterweight fighter if he decided to, right? I hate when people are like, dude, Kevin Holland could be the champ, bro, but he chooses not to be. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. But I do think he could be ranked a lot higher. I do think he could have beat some of these guys if he wasn't fucking around in the fight, coping all this stuff. So I just can't pick Kevin Holland ever again. Even if it's someone I'm certain he's going to beat, I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be like, well, there is the possibility of Kevin Holland not trying. That to me is like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, dude? So these are the guys that I just feel like they are completely unpickable. You cannot put them on your parlay. You will punch a hole through your fucking laptop if you pick these guys. Because they're very liable to let you down or do some dumb shit or frustrate you. But let me know who else you think belongs on this list in the comments down below. Let me know if any of these guys have absolutely sold you out, because you guys know some of these guys have absolutely sold me out, caused me to fucking crash out of my videos. So let me know if any of these guys have done you like that in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the fights on the weekend, boy. I will try and get like an immediate reaction video out, but it's not going to be like right away because I'm at the fight. So I'm gonna just go home, do the video as quick as I can and get it up. But yeah, it might be like an hour or so after, like, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'll try and get that out as quick as I can. I appreciate you guys. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.